Hello everyone, we are the Group 2 presenters and today we'll be discussing Thurstone's theory of intelligence, primary mental abilities. But before we dive into the topic, let me first make a brief introduction of the theory and the person behind the theory, Louis Leon Thurstone. Thurstone was an influential American psychologist who challenged the prevailing idea of intelligence as a single general ability. Instead, he developed the theory of intelligence proposing the concept of multiple primary mental abilities, each representing a distinct skill. Thurstone expanded on his theory on his book Primary Mental Abilities, identifying core abilities like verbal comprehension, numerical ability, and spatial visualization as components of intelligence. His groundbreaking research laid the foundation for modern intelligence testing and contributed significantly to the field of psychological measurement. Moving on, let's tackle about the primary mental abilities. These are the building blocks of intellectual performance and can be measured separately through specific tests. And Thurstone proposed 7 primary mental abilities. First, verbal comprehension. This is the ability to understand and process verbal information, including vocabulary and reading comprehension. This ability can be used when understanding written and spoken language, interpreting the meaning of words, phrases, and texts. Second, word fluency. The capacity to produce words rapidly and efficiently, especially under time pressure. This is applicable during timed tasks where students list as many words as possible fitting a certain criteria. Third, number facility. This is the ability to quickly and accurately perform numerical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. This is applicable for solving basic arithmetic problems, working with numbers efficiently. Fourth, spatial visualization. This is the ability to mentally manipulate and visualize objects in space. This can be used when understanding how shapes fit together, visualizing transformations such as rotation or flipping. This can be used during tasks which might involve identifying how objects look from different angles or solving puzzles like tangrams. Fifth, memory. This is the capacity to retain and recall information such as facts, words, or visual patterns. For example, when remembering lists, recalling events, or pieces of information after a delay. This can be used during tasks like memorizing word lists or matching pictures that were previously shown. Sixth, perceptual speed. This is the ability to quickly recognize similarities and differences among various objects or symbols. This can be used when identifying patterns, recognizing errors or small details rapidly. This can also be used when comparing sets of numbers, letters, or shapes to identify differences in a short time period. Last, reasoning. The ability to solve problems and draw logical conclusions, both inductive, specific to general, and deductive, general to specific. This can be used when identifying patterns, solving puzzles, making inferences based on given data. This can also be used when there are logical reasoning tasks such as series completion or problem-solving challenges. Let's now move on to features of Thurstone's theory of intelligence. First, Thurstone's theory rejects the concept of a single G factor, or general intelligence factor that sums up a person's intellectual ability. According to Thurstone, intelligence isn't defined by one central factor. Instead, it's a mix of several mental abilities, each contributing to a person's total intelligence in its own way. Second, Thurstone's theory identifies multiple abilities that, while related, are still distinct from one another. These abilities contribute uniquely to a person's intelligence profile. This means that each ability measures a different facet of intelligence, offering a more comprehensive picture of cognitive function. Thurstone also believed that these mental abilities grow at different rates in each individual. This variability in development means that each person has a unique mix of strength across the different abilities. It's this combination that forms a person's overall intelligence. One of the core principles of Thurstone's theory is the importance of measuring each ability individually. Specific tests are used for each area, which gives a clearer picture of where a person's cognitive strengths and weaknesses lie. This approach moves beyond just a single intelligence score, allowing for a more detailed analysis of individual abilities. Finally, Thurstone's theory recognizes that each person has unique cognitive strengths and weaknesses. People excel in different areas based on which abilities they possess more strongly. This perspective emphasizes that intelligence varies widely among individuals, and each person's cognitive profile is distinctive.
Now let's move on to the advantages of Thurstone's theory of intelligence. Number 1. The theory sees intelligence more broadly. Thurston's theory does not like the idea of one G factor. This is the idea of one main part that makes up all intelligence. The theory says that intelligence has many different brain abilities that combine to make a person's total intelligence. This view is broader and more complete. Number 2, the theory recognizes cognitive differences. Thurston's theory sees that persons have different brain strengths and weaknesses. Not everyone is equally good at every brain process. Different people do well in different areas based on which abilities they have. This shows how people's brains are different. Number 3, the theory promotes measuring specific abilities. Thurstone's theory like measuring each main ability separately with specific tests. This shows a person exact brain type that has more useful information than one intelligence score. Measuring separate abilities also helps predict how well a person does tasks that use those abilities. Number 4, the theory explains the development of intelligence. The theory says that the main abilities grow at different rates in a person. The growth of one ability affect and is affected by others. How long they are making person's total intelligence. Total intelligence comes from the growth of many abilities. This explains how intelligence develops over time. Number 5, the theory considers non-cognitive factors. There's no new things not about the brain also affect how abilities grow. Personality, motivation, and environment affect a person's ability to strengthen and use more. This affect test scores and brain type. The theory considers these non-brain factors. Number 6. Thurstone's theory recognizes the interrelatedness of factors. Though the main abilities are seen as separate, test scores showed they were related to some degree. The abilities both measure separate things but also influence each other. The theory recognizes they are interrelated, not just separate. Now let's move on to the drawbacks of Thurston theory of intelligence. Number 1. One problem is that the main abilities may not be completely different. Thurston found that test scores on different abilities were somewhat connected. This shows that the abilities are related, not fully independent. Research debate how to separate the abilities truly. Another weakness is that the theory does not fully show how abilities work together. Though Thurstone said that abilities are different, he did not explain how they affect one another to make total intelligence. The theory lacked provides a clear picture of how the parts combine and relate. A third disadvantage is that only seven main abilities were identified. Some say more abilities exist and must be measured to fully show intelligence. By focusing on just seven big abilities, the theory may give an incomplete view of intelligence. The theory also does not explain why some abilities are more important than others for total intelligence. If all abilities equally make intelligence, they should connect more strongly with intelligence test scores, but they do not. Another weakness is that the theory relies too much on analyzing test scores. Some say main abilities are statistical ideas that may not show real psychological ideas. Abilities may not truly show separate parts of intelligence. The last drawback is that the theory does not examine how abilities relate to tasks in life. How the abilities work together to allow intelligence behavior in the world is not addressed. The theory focuses only on test scores without real-world relevance. Seeing intelligence as made up of many parts provides a broader, more complete view of intelligence. It recognizes cognitive differences between people. It considers how specific abilities develop and non-brain factors influence development. The theory's multi-dimensional view of intelligence remains valuable today. The key benefits are that it sees intelligence in a broader, multi-dimensional way, recognizes cognitive differences, promotes measuring specific abilities, explain intelligence development, consider non-cognitive factors, and recognizes the interrelatedness of factors. This advantage make Thurstones of intelligence Thurstone's theory of intelligence a useful counterpoint to view of intelligence as a single score or factor. Now let's move on to the applications of Thurstone's theory of intelligence in education and psychology. Thurstone's theory of intelligence has far-reaching implications in various fields, particularly in education and psychology assessment. Number one, personalized education. Recognizing multiple intelligence allows for more personalized educational approaches, focusing on students' strengths and areas for improvement. Number two, career assessment. Testing for specific abilities can guide career counseling, helping individuals understand which professions may align with their cognitive strengths. Number three, cognitive development. The understanding that intelligence is multifaceted allows psychologists and educators to create more tailored interventions for cognitive development, improving both learning outcomes and mental health.